On April the 2nd, ALDOT issued a statement to WDHN just before the arrival of Secretary Pete Buttigieg to the Shiloh community. And in that statement, it said that they were preparing to make a settlement to the Shiloh citizens, the ones that have been protesting the drainage, the stormwater flooding onto the property. And they acknowledged that they know about the access water, the adequate water that has been forced onto the community. They acknowledged that they were forcing the water onto the citizens in the Shiloh community. But the thing that really got me, and I said is a slap in the face and is a disgrace, because the only thing you come up with is trying to buy or sell out. People can sell their properties to ALDOT. And if they didn't sell the property, they will put a project together to help retain the adequate water that has been forced onto the citizens. But in the Shiloh community, the land has been in our family since Reconstruction. The Shiloh community is a historical Black community. People there own their property, and the property has been passed down from generation to generation. And so, therefore, the first thing they come with is to buy the property. That's just an insult on insult, because here it is, the Shiloh community has been dealing with this for 6 years. Now, when ALDOT makes a statement to WDHN, it's been 6 years, and this is the first statement that they've given to WDHN within 6 years. And so my thing is, even to ALDOT, even to the federal government, I want to know what other communities had to deal with stormwater flooding, pipelines, highway elevated on them for 6 whole years. And I believe that there's no other community along US Highway 84 that have been dealing with the stormwater flooding, the main gas pipeline situation, elevated highway. There's nowhere on US Highway 84. I want to know what other communities had to suffer like we did. Because Dr. King once said, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. And so we've been dealt injustice. There's nobody else. And I believe there's nobody else along 84 had to deal with what we're dealing with for 6 whole long years. And so here it is, ALDOT comes back and makes the statement and tell the people that, hey, we're willing to buy you out if you're willing to sell. But they did not mention anything about making the people whole. You know what I'm saying? People suffered PTSD, mental stress, all the stress, home sinking, you know what I'm saying? Septic tanks overflow by the forced storm waters onto the communities and everything. All they were talking about is buying out the citizens. And that's just a slap in the face. You know what I'm saying? You're simply telling them, I want your property. And, and people are not going to just give up their property. You took them from a normal life to horrific lifestyle. We had to suffer. We kept crying out. But the state wouldn't do anything. There is documentations of complaints. We've been complaining, and all they come back with is that there was a settlement. And I want to make this thing clear that only one person owns multiple properties. So you cannot bind a person that owns multiple properties with one settlement. That's not going to fly, because that's not even the law. And so therefore is a lot of unjust practice that is going on with ALDOT, Alabama Department of Transportation, because you cannot do that. It is illegal to even force water onto the citizens. And so ALDOT has admitted that the adequate water that they have been forcing onto the citizens, they admitted it also in the documentation that, hey, they did it. And they're not even sorry for it. 6 whole long years. And I tell people all the time, if that's not injustice, if that's not discrimination, what is?